5 ways to lose your marriage very quickly. That is to say, if you don't want to lose your marriage very fast, you need to avoid these 5 things I'm about to mention now. It is very important that if you still want to be married, you need to seriously avoid this towing this part. Number one is the part of comparison. A lot of married people always compare their spouse with either their ex or their friends. The truth is, you are created in a very unique way. Your marriage is designed in a very unique way by God and by the way the both of you are putting effort in the marriage. If you want your marriage to thrive, stop comparing your marriage with another person's marriage. There is no formula that says that the other person is happier than you are happier. Stop comparing your partner with another person, most especially comparing your partners with your ex. It is something that affects the psychology of our partners beyond measures. Don't compare your partners with any other person. Number two, do not go into competition. A lot of married people always go into competition, competing with the other family, competing with the way the other people are living their life. Marriage is a unique something. When you get married, stop competing with other people. Design your own home to be happy. Design your own home in such a way that when you get back, you're happy in your home. Design your own home where that it is enjoyable. Stop looking at another person's work. Mind your own business. Another thing that destroys marriage very fast is when you take everything that is happening in your house, in your family now, to your extended family, going to tell your mom, going to tell your dad everything that is happening in your family. When you constantly go and discuss your spouse outside, telling people their weaknesses, telling people how bad they are, after telling people these things, you also come back to the house to come and stay with them. If you want your marriage to last, learn not to take everything that is happening in your house to either your family's house, your friends, your neighbors, and what have you. Make sure that mostly your husband's weakness or your wife's weakness, that you're able to protect it inside the house. Don't go and keep talking against your husband or your wife like they are your enemies. You marry them in love. They never promise you to be perfect. Even if they promise you to be perfect, it is just a reward. Nobody is created to be perfect. We are all struggling being a better people. You understand? So you have a weakness, your husband have a weakness. Let it not be that every small thing you're rushing to go and tell your parents what is happening in your family. By discussing your spouse, you're rushing to go and tell your friends what is happening in your family by discussing your spouse. Develop a shock observer to be able to cushion their weaknesses, that whenever they do something, you know the type of thing you let out. When you go out and discussing your family, your family now, I mean your wife and your children, with your extended family, your friends and well-wishers, and keep talking them down every now and then, you see that when you finish talking them down and bad-mouthing them, coming back to the house, you building a lot of hatred in your heart for the man. But whenever you keep talking good about your husband or your wife, you see yourself building love for the person. These things are just psychological. Number 4, understand the power of forgiveness. If you want to have a very successful marriage, you must understand that your wife, your husband will hurt you every now and then, and you forgive them every now and then. Now, there will always be offense in marriage. There will always be this person wronging this person in marriage. No people will say that from the day they started marrying till the day they will end their marriage, that they have never wronged each other. So offenses will come, but your ability to forgive the wrongdoing of the other person is very paramount to having a successful marriage. So you must develop your heart, that your heart is fragile when it comes to forgiveness, that no matter what is done to you, you are able to forgive. Be a forgiving kind of partner in order to have a successful kind of marriage. When you are fighting with your husband or you're fighting with your wife, come with a heart of love. Don't come with a heart of stone. When you come with a heart of stone instead of coming with a heart of love, you lose the person very fast. So do everything possible to come with a heart of love instead of coming with a heart of stone. Stop coming with a heart. Come with a soft heart where whenever you are being apologized to, you forgive. Even before the apology comes, you are ready to forgive. And the last thing, when you're getting married, decide that you're going into this marriage to stay. A lot of people get married these days and they don't plan that they are going into this marriage to stay. Any little thing that happened, they are running out of their home. If our parents were busy running, if our mothers were busy running out of their husband's home like this, If our parents were busy leaving their wives or their wives running out of their husbands home like this, we will not have a family where our fathers and mothers stayed together. So decide that as you're going into this marriage, you're going to do everything possible to make it work. As a man, you say to yourself, I'll fight to make this my marriage work. And the woman will also say to herself, I'll do everything to make this thing work. But the idea of any little thing you're on your way running away from the marriage, it is something that doesn't make sense. So I've given you the 5 tips. And I said, number 1 is comparison. Stop comparing your marriage with another person's own. Number 2 is competition. Stop going into competition with your family and another family. Number 3 is don't take everything happening in your family to extended family or to your friends. Number 4 is learn to always forgive very fast. Learn to forgive very, very fast. Then number 5 is decide you want to stay married. Because one thing is to be married, another thing is to stay married. My name is Mr. Jerosey Emmanuel, and this is Jerosey the Great TV. If you have followed us to this point, why not subscribe, like, and share this video? In liking this video, you'll be telling the algorithm that you like our content, and they will always bring content like this your way. Thank you and stay blessed.